Hey YouTube, good day, welcome, thanks for checking in. So just wanted to check in and show you an idea and maybe see if I can get this done. But packing long-term storage, I've talked about, one of the issues you have is, running out of storage for your stuff, to water. And I'm just trying to get a solution here to kind of get a little bit of room. Going through my spring cleaning, going through checking all the long-term stuff, checking make everything's packed up. But also what I want to do is expand this out. So I got this one space here where I store things usually on top of each other like so. But what I want to do is get it to where I can lay them on the side in a rack and stack them up. I figure I can get 4 high, 5 high potentially, as long as I don't put the heavy stuff in them, because this food's relatively light except for this one of 50-pound wheat berries. I'd probably put that on the bottom, but everything else is relatively light. I make a frame for it, lay them on their side. I can still access the door or the mouth of it from the front, from up here, this end. I'm working on that. I'll put one here and I'll put one next to it potentially, and avoid some of the hassles of trying to get in here and get to my stuff to check it out, and it'll be much easier to read what's in them and not have to go through. But people talk about, you need to have X number of amount of food and everything. It is what it is. You stock up what you can. X number of pounds of food. We've got our fair share. Looking at it and the way I plan this out, or have it in my mind right now, is that, if all else things being equal, as long as we still have access to our animals, I've got about 6 months worth stowed up back here for the duration. I don't have 6 months of water. That's a whole nother problem. But long-term food storage wise, I think I can get to 6 months. With the different, that one's covered up, and actually this bottom one here is MREs, so it's ready to go stuff. But I'm rearranging right now, going through just cleaning stuff up, and so yeah, with our long-term storage, one other thing I do to kind of help fill space, because these bags don't exactly pack tight, is pack some extra toilet paper in here. It's a good place to put it. You can squish it down, and when you're eating, you're going to need it, so you pull it out as you're using it. That's one thing I've done. I was trying to think of some other things that could potentially go in here that would fill some of this space for long-term use stuff that, especially food-based. I mean, we got a lot of things packed in other places like salt and stuff. We pack sugar, but I was trying to think of some other, like maybe expendable stuff like toilet paper that I could pack in there as well, that would kind of follow that same mold as, mold is a bad word, no mold in here. That same idea, that something that when you get into this stuff, what's another thing that you'd be using that's disposable, expendable like that to roll out with. So that was kind of a tricky question, but I'm trying to, if anybody got any ideas of what else other than toilet paper could also pack in there that would take up a little bit, fill that space a little bit and be useful when it does come go time. I'd like to hear it. But just some example of what we're doing here. So maybe he's look forward to a video in the future of getting this thing built, so I can get these things laid out in a way that will take up this wall and not impede. It would save a whole ton of room instead of having these things out here like this and having to move, a 40-pound barrel off to get to what's at the bottom. That's no fun either. So just some ideas there, YouTube, show you what's going on, and I guess figure out your pound food equation and go from there. Just do what you can. So check back in later. Live free.